Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
Aloha, Kelly. Right on.
Hi,
All,
guys. Good to
all
be
right,
here.
everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Katie Zuber. I'm the co-host tonight for our 25th speaker and music series event with HFUU. Happy 25. That's incredible, everyone.
25.
I know. It's a big deal. Tonight, we are featuring Donna Maltz of Soil to Soul Solutions. You can see her video up, the incredible fermentation workshop she's going to have with us tonight over Zoom, which is amazing. She is a fermentation expert in Kohala of the Big Island with an amazing life story, which I hope she touches on tonight. I'm embarrassed to admit I don't know much about fermentation, but I know it's a vital health source. So I've been really eager for tonight's event, and I'm excited to learn and then implement what I learned. Our musician tonight is the wonderful Kelly Hyde, also from Kohala, who you just heard. Her music is beautiful, witty, and you will continue to be amazed. She just released a song called The Seminole Wind, featuring Peter Rowan, and please follow her on social media and check out her website as well, as she continues to release new songs monthly. Oh, that's loud. For those who don't know me, I'm in charge of membership and communications for Hawai'i Farmers Union. So if you have any questions, membership related, please reach out to me. My email is hfuu@hfuu.org. I'm the one that sends the weekly emails. If you ever have any events ag related that you'd like to feature, please email them to me as well, or tag us in social media at HFUU official. I'm going to pass the hosting hat on over to Vincent Mina, the president of our organization. So Vincent, off to you.
Well, thanks, Katie, and thank you so much for putting this together tonight. These two ladies. This is very special to my heart. Especially in times like this when we're dealing with wanting to make sure our immune systems are really strong. I know no other better way than to be able to ingest fermentations and keep our microbiome in our gut strong. So really looking forward to Donna's presentation. That kitchen looks like a rockin' kitchen. A lot of great food looks like comes out of that kitchen. So it'll be a real benefit for everybody tonight to be able to experience this. And I want to thank everybody. We're in a very challenging time too right now because we don't know what our convention is going to look like this year. We had planned to be at Bobby Pai'ia's Hawai'i Taro Farm on Maui, and to have a physical event, and we had a lot of great things planned. But now, because of all this going on, that they're limiting the amount of people that can be together, we're reformatting and reorganizing, and you'll hear more about that as we move forward. So stay tuned to that. So yeah, Kelly, please grace us with your beautiful music, and then we'll get into talking to Donna about fermentations.
All right. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, baby.
I'm going to take my headphones off, so you guys try to talk to me. I might not hear you unless I check it. But all right, I will play a few songs, take a little break, and then I'll play more later. It's really good to be here. Thanks for having me. All right. I really like to start with this song, and it's going to be my next release, actually. It's just a high vibe song, so I love to start off with it. It's called Little Lucky. Walking along, got my 4-string on it, I'm humming, strumming, got a little rhythm in my mind. Oh, when I'm feeling a little lucky, got my baby in the van tonight. Yeah, paddle along, got my fin strapped on, 'cause I'm floating, I'm ready, I got a little board under my belly. my smile on, I'm backpacking, I'm picking, I'm snacking on bananas from outside. Oh, and I feel a little lucky, got a puppy in my van tonight. Of all those days you pray to see the light, when all those shades of gray don't seem so bright. You got me feeling a little lucky to be sitting by your side. We gotta feel a little lucky to be feeling a little lucky sometimes. Oh, yeah, yeah, I paddle along, I got my smile on, 'cause I'm floating, I'm surfing, I got a little board under my belly, I'm ready, I'm ready. Oh, and I feel a little lucky, got a puppy in my van tonight. We gotta feel a little lucky to be feeling a little lucky sometimes, yeah. We gotta feel a little lucky to be feeling a little lucky sometimes.
Woo-ha! Feeling lucky that you're here tonight. Right on, you.
All right.
Nice, nice. Really sounded great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'll play one more, two more. Kind of feeling that vibe right now. I'm staring at an amazing sunset. I feel like I should actually like show you guys for a second. Anybody in Maui? I could see you.
Oh yeah, there's Maui. All right.
Hi. All right. My good friends in New York wrote this song. It's about friendship and just being there for each other. I took a walk around your garden the other day, and I say, didn't know what half those plants were called. No, but I saw that your kids are really smart and really happy, and I know that's what all that work is for. And I've got my troubled mind. Don't know what I'm doing with myself sometimes, but I know I'm gonna be fine, because I got you by my side. Oh yeah, I got you by my side, by my riverside. I ran into you on the sidewalk in Callicoon, and you were holding your guitar. You said that your dog wants to see my dog, and that you have for me a song. And I've got my troubled mind. Don't know what I'm doing with myself sometimes, but I know that it's gonna be fine, because I got you by my side. Oh yeah, I got you by my side, by my riverside. This song's originally about our hometown in New York, but I do have a Hawai'i verse. I ran kind of song, and I kind of stole this riff. It goes, bring it all right here when you're ready to fall. May it all be clear when you're ready to call on me. I'll be right here. Just call on me. I'll be right here. Bring it all right here when you're ready to fall. May it all be clear when you're ready to call on me. I'll be right here. Just call on me. I'll be right here.
Hoo-ha! How nice, Kelly. Thank you. That's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like how you
Good.
worked
I'm glad
Javi
it
into
sounds
it.
cool. Yeah. Oh, Hobby Town.
Javi Town, special place. We just had our strategic planning there, and it was really sweet to be back in that hood. It reminds me so much of Hana, that part of the island, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's where Katie's from. That's where our
That's
co-host.
what I
Were.
imagined.
Yeah.
Nice.
So great. So you're going to come back and you're going to play about 7:45, right?
Yep, sure am.
Cool.
All right,
And
see you on the other side.
okay, sounds good, dear. Well, thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you.
And who have we here tonight? Miss Donna Maltz. Aloha, Donna. Can you hear me? You got to unmute over there. Kelly's going to unmute you. Everybody, Kelly and Donna are actually in the same house. That's why.
Oh my God, how did I get here?
There you go. When you were hearing some dishes in the background, that was because Donna was like getting ready, and so they're all in the same house there, and it's a lovely house. Look at all
Just up the road.
beautiful kitchen there, and who's your sous chef there, Donna?
I know. I'm just so excited to introduce you to this woman. This is Michelle, and she has been helping me prep all this beautiful food. Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
Come say hi.
Okay.
She's gonna come say hi. And Kahele's coming over to the kitchen too, and she's our camera lady, and she's gonna zoom in. And Kahele, that was Kelly. That was so beautiful. Oh my God.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
like making everything in the kitchen more wonderful.
Yes, definitely.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello, I'm Michelle.
Don't leave it to Soil to Soul girls, and that's what we're talking about tonight is just having a really good time, and how all the medicine really that ever was created happened in the kitchen, not in some lab.
That's
right?
for sure. Yes,
Food is thy
definitely.
medicine, Hippocrates. Woo-hoo, right? So we are going to be making up some beautiful medicine today. And I know some of you might have some questions. The presentation that I have will take a big chunk of that time. I do want you to know that I'm almost done with the book that I wrote a while ago on fermentation. So I don't get to all your questions. Don't worry about it. I'll send you a free ebook if you want, or you can also go to my website where I blogged a lot about fermentation. But the most important thing we're going to be talking about tonight is you and your health, your immune system, and how you can be the best version of yourself, because the Pachamama needs all of us. And when we're healthy, we can help heal each other, and we can help heal the earth. And I'm so grateful to Vince and, oh my God, Kate, right? That's Kate on the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Katie.
guys,
Yeah.
Katie and your little boy, for you guys just pulling this all together and allowing us the opportunity to share as we culture in the kitchen with Michelle and Kahela here with me.
So
And
Donna,
Yes.
just so off the top, you have all these beautiful vegetables there, and they're all they're from your area. They're from other islands. But the main thing is it's all locally grown. Look at that abundance and diversity, and you know, you speak about the immune system. You know, one of the things that's really telling to me in these times of the quote unquote the pandemic is that I'm never hearing anything about our immune systems and the importance of our immune system. So could you please?
You're not
talk
talking to
about
me
it?
enough, Vince.
Yeah, I guess not, right?
No,
That's right, that's right.
I'm like full time, baby.
All right. Well, that's great. And you know, this looks like the you know the colors and everything that has to be associated with that diversity that you have there has to be good for our immune system, right? Especially and then you ferment it. My goodness, all the probiotics that are associated with that. So I go ahead, Donna, talk to
No,
us.
no, Vince, I'm so glad you started off with that because really, I think that is the topic of the times. And moving here forward, we're going to hear more about that in the right circles. We might not hear it on mainstream media for whatever reason, why they're
Right.
not teaching us these things. That is the most important thing that we all can be feeding ourselves is good culture, good information, things that are going to make us happy, things that are going to feed our mind, positivity. All that is part of building our immune system.
Right on.
Gathering in small groups and respecting each other, even if you're contact tracing, but hugging, touching, loving.
That's right.
Cautiously, right? But you know, I don't want to be one of those like slam band, you know, Dr. McCullough or people who are getting bashed for saying these things, but which is a shame because I learned a lot from a lot of these people out there. Zach Bush is another amazing person to listen to. Me and
Yep,
him.
Zach did one of our former, one of our past speaker series. We had Zach on, and yeah, he's a brother and lives on Oahu and doing great work.
Doing great work, and that's what when we follow each other and support each other, we're building our immune systems. And
There
it's
you go.
good to shout out to all these wonderful people who are doing incredible things.
Thank
And,
you. That's right. That's right.
Absolutely. You know, I just wrote a new newsletter that's coming out. If you're on my email list, you'll get it. But my question, my tagline is, are we really in this all together? And I talk about that in the immune system of, you know, the compromise and the sacrifice a lot of people are making. Just who has access to this? You,
right.
me, right? And how do we make this accessible? And not only how do we make it accessible, how do we teach people how to grow it?
That's right.
You know, on rooftop gardens, vertical farming. There are so many. I mean, look what happened in Cuba with the oil embargo, right? Everybody had no choice but to make their lawns into gardens, and no petrol, clean air. People were eating healthier than they ever were before. But we're not.
So, you know, I think,
Hmm?
right, Donna. So as it says, you know, healthy minds make healthy decisions, right? And
Absolutely.
and so tonight, why fermentations? I mean, I know, and I know why I love fermentations. All cultures. I mean, Dr. Weston Price went around and visited with all these cultures, and one thing he found with all these cultures was that they were fermenting foods. So please, can you share with us, from your point of view, why it's important to eat fermented foods?
Absolutely. The most important reason to eat fermented foods, we can find that right here in our compost heap, okay? So this is a pretty raw compost, which is where most people's microbiome, their poops look like they're constipated, not digested. There isn't enough enzymes in there, or the enzymes aren't working enough to break it down. Okay, you add focaccia, or you add the right recipe to make compost. Most of you are into gardening or farming. We all know how important compost is, and that compost is not soil. It's a vitamin. It's a probiotic. It's a micronutrient, actually a macronutrient that we put as humans into our gardens. And then we look at this right here. This is a little bit more digested, right? This is broken down more, fired up, having the right healthy temperature to burn it down. And then we look at this is like finished compost ready to go in the garden, and it has been fermented all the way down, right?
Right.
It's been broken down. And so would you rather have your, your poops like this, or would you rather them like this, right? So the composting is in essence like your gut microbiome. It's like a composting system.
Okay.
And if you don't have the right combination of foods and proteins, nutrients, all of those things, if your body is too acid, you cannot digest your food. So
Right on.
here's the thing too, Vince, that's amazing, that's really interesting. These are super alkaline. They taste acid. It goes through, that's the transformation. That is the what we're going to be doing is transforming the carbohydrate of the vegetables into lactic acid, which makes it an alkaline for your system.
Right
And
on.
everybody who's not eating a raw diet or healthy diet, they're not going to have the ability to do this without adding probiotics of some kind.
Right.
The more processed foods you eat, the more you need to eat alkaline foods to counteract that.
That's right.
So,
Donna, so those jars that you have fermentations in, if I was to test the pH, it would test acidic, but then when I eat it, it transfers.
No, it would test alkaline. It's because
Okay.
it's gone through the transformation. It's
Okay.
gone through that whole process.
Okay.
So these are alkalining right from the beginning.
Good.
So, and we're going to get to all of these because we're going to be making these. But the reason, Kelly, can you zoom in on these? We're going to be making my tarragon tomatoes. We're going to be making sauerkraut. This one actually is a cauliflower beet. And
Wow.
it's super amazing.
What time do you want us over?
Anytime you come, I always have ferments. Okay.
Right.
This is a carrot turnip one. What we're going to be discussing tonight is how to make these things, because I want to show people how simple they are, because you asked the question why they're so good for you. Okay, we look at the soil, but we know that right there, that crystallizes it right there. Okay, we want to make sure that we have enough of the right nutrients, including probiotics, into our system. This is pennies to the dollar compared. Like if you were to buy a bottle of probiotics, most of it doesn't even work. I mean, it's ridiculous. We are all wasting our money doing that. This is like, a month or 2 months worth of probiotics. These are pickles and onions right here. And then this is a red kraut right here. And there's so many combinations you can do. And tonight we're going to even be making different ones.
So are you fermenting them in those jars, or is that the finished product?
No, I ferment everything in these jars. My husband and I used to have a commercial operation, and we did them in bigger vats.
Right.
But we're going to be teaching people the simplest way to do this.
Great.
Because this immune system building probiotic nutrient is so important going through the whole pandemic era and for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
And it's not only like 80% of our immune system is in our gut, right?
Right. So
if that's the case, why wouldn't we focus on putting 80% really high quality, beautiful food into our bodies? Now, when you look at this beautiful bowl of vegetables, where some of these I'm going to be using in the ferments that I make. Yeah, there are probiotics, there are enzymes and bacteria and virus and fungi and protozoa and nematoids in the soil. So if you're pulling your stuff out of a healthy organic soil, you're going to get the benefits on your vegetables. And I don't know about you, but I do not peel my vegetables because they're organic. And the best nutrients, and where a lot of these probiotic and natural nutrients are in the skin or right. Thank you, Michelle. Did you hear in the skin? Everybody's saying now, in the skin, no peeling, right? And just so you know, Michelle and I, we washed all these in the sink with a little baking soda and white vinegar, and we soaked them for about a half an hour. And I do that with all my vegetables. They're all done from the beginning of the week. And then when I go to cook, everything's clean, right? I don't
baking soda and white vinegar.
Yes.
Right, and then you rinse it after it soaks for about a half an hour. Make sure
Okay,
you mix them really well and then lay them out on a towel and let them dry by themselves or block them a little
beautiful,
bit.
beautiful.
Pack
And
them
so, how much baking soda and white vinegar are you adding per gallon? Would you say?
Well, it's probably about a cup of baking soda to this tub of this big sink I have.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
I did a lot of vegetables, so this was probably half, 3/4 cup of baking soda and maybe a cup of white vinegar.
Good.
And you can
Good.
use apple cider vinegar. I use that too. That's my vinegar of choice, really.
Okay.
But when you go online, they recommend white vinegar. So,
Okay.
but I've used both and it works
Well, that's
really
good to know. That's really great to know. Thanks.
And
This
then
is kind
pack
of
them
valuable.
back into the refrigerator fresh and loose.
Yes. These will all go back into the refrigerator, but we're going to be adding some of these. I've got watercress in here. I've got turnip greens in here. I've got daikon greens in here because we're going to be doing a turnip daikon mix
Wow.
tonight. And this is like kind of like bok choy, but they got some other fancy name. We're going to doing some with cucumbers. And we're going to be look at that local pepper, green pepper,
Yes,
unbelievable.
absolutely.
And I don't think it's organic, so that's another reason to wash it. This is probably the only thing that I know that might not be organic, but I know it's
Well, I feel
local.
better just looking at that basket.
Right. There's
hungry.
immune system buildings right there.
Hungry.
That's right.
So you know, you had asked me earlier, you know, why ferment, you know? And part of, you know, we're talking about why ferment. Well, fermentation is super simple to do. And I think tonight, a lot of people want to see the demonstration. And since I can show them, unless we want to be here till midnight, now I want to show you guys how simple it is, because we're going to make like 6 different art ferments. And with the holidays coming on and with the gardens peeking out right now, you could be doing so many things without wasting your food. So that's another reason to ferment. All the cultures all over the world, whether it's tofu, tempeh, kefir, you know, certain cheeses, fermentation is part of our history, a part of history all around the world, because we didn't have refrigeration, right?
Right.
And so that's another reason to ferment, not to waste your beautiful produce, right?
Beautiful.
Not to waste
That's right.
a thing in your garden.
That's right.
And also, it is like a fine wine. When you complement any meal, like say you're a meat eater, like daikon is really good. Like it's like wine, you know, you go into your wine cellar, where you go into you have to refrigerate them after a week. But I have a big refrigerator outside with a lot of where I store my ferments. And you can pull it out and you go, oh my God, this is gonna go look so good with my Ono fish, right? The red, the white, a green salad. So you really can, that's another reason to blow your company away. But the beautiful thing about the fermentation process, or for your body, is it's not just the sauerkraut or the beets or whatever we're going to ferment. You're getting those benefits. But when you eat that, it makes everything you eat more bioavailable to you.
That's right.
This is a huge thing. So you're spending all this money on an expensive piece of steak or fish or you know, asparagus, and you're eating it, but you're not really digesting it all the way. So everything is more bioavailable when you eat fermented foods. So another benefit, and as we're going through this process, and if people don't mind staying on a little longer, I don't mind either. But I really want to get the sauerkraut process going, because I want to just show you the sauerkraut, because then Michelle is going to she's going to be massaging the sauerkraut, and we're going to show you that. And it takes about 10 minutes. And Haley, can you just zoom in here for me for a minute? So the first thing you want to do is don't waste anything, ever. Never waste anything. That is number one, okay? Because everything has a place in this world. So this little core right here in the middle is the only thing I take out, and then we feed it to my turtles. I have turtles in my pond and frogs and fish, and that's the only waste. And then we take some of the outer leaves off, and then we're going to pack the jars with them, and I'm going to talk about that later. And notice I have red cabbage and green cabbage here. But they're the bases. I'm sorry, but the cabbage is your base,
in a lot of your fermentations?
No, it's just my sauerkraut, and it's the only fermentation that I do that uses this massage technique. The rest of these are brine. Okay, this is a red kraut right here, and then this one here is a blonde kraut. But tonight we're going to do a kraut and greens one. But I want to show you how to cut it and to do it right. And first of all, we washed everything, right, Michelle?
Yes, we did.
And so then I take out this little whatever you want to call it, the little butt. And I'm cutting it, and I want you to watch my fingers here, because I've been a chef for 40 years. I had my own restaurant, and we made sauerkraut at a restaurant. You see how my fingers are? We value our fingers, right? So, and I'm cutting these in very thin, very fine, because I like my sauerkraut thin and fine, just like when you go to the store. And actually, that's another benefit. Okay, you go to the store and you buy sauerkraut on the shelf. You actually go to the store and you buy wine off the shelf or pickles off the shelf that are shelf stable. That was the worst thing that happened to our immune system when that whole system came into place and we stopped eating microbiome rich food. We started destroying our immune systems. So look at how beautiful that is. It's just perfectly. And so it's going to go in there like that. Now, some people, and sometimes people will like a chunkier kraut, and you can do that too. But I'm just going to do this one more time, and then I'm going to hand it over to Michelle, and Michelle's going to finish this. And then when she's ready, we're going to show you how to make sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And while she's doing that, I'm going to show you in 10 or 15 minutes how you, in your very own kitchen, with your, Hanai family or your blood family, can have a blast. You get Haley over, play some music, and you laugh, and you do this. It doesn't take that long. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Okay, it doesn't take that long. So I'm going to give this to Michelle, and she's going to move over here, and then I'm going to show you. Here you go, sweetie.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and we'll do the red one separate, honey. We'll put the red one in a separate jar.
Yes.
And now this is going to blow your mind how we're going to make this microbiome rich food. But there's a few things we haven't talked about yet that are very important. What do you need to make fermented foods? Okay, a cutting board and a knife, which I just gave Michelle.
Here you go. Here's the knife. Do you need that?
No, this is a little funnel that helps pack the sauerkraut, and you can use a rolling pin. You can go out and get a stick and put a plastic bag on it if you're desperate. There's no excuse. What?
Your kid's bat.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I don't know if
little
it fits.
bats.
Yeah, little kids bat. Whatever. No excuses.
The little sluggers.
And
Little slugger.
making fermented foods, we don't want to use any metal. I'm mostly all glass. I am not into fossil fuels or plastic. I look at it as like platinum and gold. It's something that you should have for a lifetime. Okay, but they do come in handy, and I used to have a little mortar and pestle one, but I make such big batches. I need somebody to make me something like this out of marble or something. That would be amazing. But these are really the only tools you need. It's so easy, okay? And it doesn't cost hardly a penny. Now we're going to just talk about ingredients, because if you're going to make all this rich microbiome food that is going to give you millions, literally millions of healthy bacteria into your body, you also want to put in the best salt. Salt is key to making fermented foods. You can also use lemon juice if you have high blood pressure, but you are going to need a little salt. If you use extra salt, it'll make your probiotics crunchier, all your things. Okay, so I'm going to show you another thing about making it. Before I do that, I'm going to show you, I am a salt kind of connoisseur, person, love. I use this beautiful pink Himalayan salt, really high in mineral content. And again, remember earlier I talked to you about making everything more bioavailable. Well, we need those minerals, especially in COVID era, especially if you have insomnia, especially if your bones are weak. We need minerals. We are so mineral deprived in our society because they chlorinate our waters. They take it all out of our foods. So salt, we die if we don't have salt in our bodies, right? So this is my favorite salt that I like to use, and we harvest this every June and on the Big Island. I'm not going to tell you because it's my secret spot, only if you're a really good friend. But this is actually salt that we harvested. My son actually harvested when he was visiting at the end of May, early June. And this is the Hawaiian sea salt, which is
Beautiful.
absolutely
The best.
the best.
Yep.
And then this is some black sea salt that has a little bit of charcoal and a little bit of ground lava in it that you can get, which is also great. It does give a different color to the ferment, so I don't use it too often unless it's a red thing. And then even just write it, meaning red, kind of. Meaning if it's not, I'm not looking for a clear brine, you know,
Right.
some things you just want to see the tomatoes. And then you can get this at Costco. I actually find it's really good. And so if you're doing large batches and you don't have the gourmet salt, this is a very nice salt. And I'm emphasizing the salt for those reasons that I said earlier, how important the salt is. Now, the other thing that I want to emphasize to you guys about is there's a building immune system food group called the G bombs. Greens. Kelly, would you show these people these greens? Greens, beans, onions. I don't have any mushrooms. I don't usually ferment mushrooms. Mushrooms, berries, and seeds. G-bombs. You got that?
G-bone.
G-bombs. So everybody, you know, you want to be eating as much greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. So we're going to talk about seeds in our fermentation. I have caraway seeds. I have cumin seeds. I have mustard seeds. I have pickling spice, which has got juniper berries and several kinds of seeds, including mustard seeds in it. And then I have fennel seeds. Okay, all of these are super incredibly good for your digestion to begin with. So these are things like you might not find, you know, like again, I said, I've been a chef for a long time. I believe food is medicine. I also believe food is art. And I believe food is integral to keep culture together.
Absolutely.
Not just in our gut microbiome.
Absolutely.
This is, we're talking about the culture. And that's why hopefully you're going to get your friend on who does the kimchi, because kimchi is a whole art in itself. And I do make kimchi, and I make it 5 different kinds of ways. But it is an incredibly good food. But a lot of the kimchi that you find in the store, you got to check, make sure there's no dyes in it, make sure it's not in plastic, right? So, because all that food, especially if it's fermented, it's got to pull it out, right? It pulls out the bad jujus in you. So the other really important ingredient, if you like your things crunchy, if you don't have grape leaves, I know there's some Hawaiian leaves that are higher in tannin than others, but I use organic black tea bags. Okay, and you'll notice I have an organic black tea bag in all of my things because I prefer my ferments to be crunchy. Now, adding extra salt, which is high in sodium, if you have high blood pressure, is a good idea. So you might definitely want to add tea leaves or grape
Okay,
leaves.
so Donna, please articulate further about the tea bag. Never heard about putting a tea bag in a ferment, so that's great. So black tea bag, and that helps in making the ferments more crunchy?
Yes, it certainly does. It's not the tea bag, it's the tannin in the tea.
The tannins,
And it's got to be black chamomile, none of this sissy chamomile.
Right.
No green tea. The black tea has just a high, like
Tannin.
caffeine amount of tannin. Let's put it that way.
Okay, great.
So you want to do that. So
do you remove the tea bag after you're done with the fermentation?
No, I like.
Just leave it in your jar. Okay.
Yeah, it's in the jar. You can pull it out. So I want to just we're going to talk about this in just a minute.
Okay.
What I want to do, you can keep asking me questions and I will keep answering them. But while I'm answering them, unless people don't mind being here for a long time, I want to make these things, and then I gotta get Michelle started on the sauerkraut. Now you're
Okay,
all
I'm
cut now. Kelly, can you please focus on Michelle for a second while I do this, and then we're gonna come back to me?
So I'm.
No.
Huh? What?
I'm teaching. Here, come
We
over
are,
here.
yeah.
We're teaching you and Michelle at the same time how to make sauerkraut.
I know, I asked her, I wanna make sauerkraut, Donna, how, can you teach
Well,
me? And
that's
she
not-
says, well, September 8th, I'm having it.
And here we are.
Here we
So
are.
here's my little Buddhist soap dish. We'll just move you over for a second. Okay. So here's the cabbage. These were two beautiful heads of Waimea cabbage. And this is going to probably not fill this. So what we're going to do, because this is going to shrink down. And
Okay,
for
so
10
Donna,
minutes- Yes.
just to back up a second, you said Michelle was massaging the cabbage with what? Just tossing it and.
Well, wait, you're way ahead. Just settle down.
Oh, okay,
Settle
okay.
down. We're gonna
I just
show
want to
you
make
right
sure
now.
that the process there was.
We're gonna show you right now. So
Okay.
I'm putting, because I had about 2 heads, I'm putting not quite 2 tablespoons of Hawaiian sea salt in here. Just
Okay.
don't.
That
stay-
salt
stay-
is the
Stay
best.
with me. And then here's the thing. I absolutely love caraway seeds
Her house just
in
smells
my
like it.
kraut. I
Yeah.
love caraway kraut. My husband and I are caraway people. This
They
is
get
a- this is a-
carried
and
And this is a
away.
little cumin, caraway and cumin, okay?
Okay, and
So a
salt.
You get a little
tablespoon and salt.
carried away with that cumin.
I
No,
know.
no carried away. So we've got about 2 we had like it's really for one of these, you don't want more than 2 tablespoons of salt. Now, this is the massage. Can you zero in on here, Haley?
Okay, here I
So-
go.
So this is, we're making fermented, what we're doing is we're massaging this, and it's starting the
To break down.
fermentation right away,
Mhm.
okay? And we're gonna do this until there's a pool of water down here.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, something I wanna share with you all, that summer
Okay.
cabbage heads are lighter, and they don't have as much water, so sometimes we have to add lemon juice. Now, when you get a hard winter cabbage, you know, when you buy one of those cabbages and you go to the store and they weigh it and it's like, that cabbage is $7. And you're like, what? Well, it weighs 5 pounds. These didn't weigh that much, okay? Because they're like because cabbage, like everything, has a season. So while Michelle does that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some bulk to this, because I want to fill this jar and I want to make it so beautiful for you guys, and I want to show you what we're going to do. So you keep massaging there,
Okay.
all right?
I wanted to ask you about the salt. The salt with the lava. What would you use that for? And the
Any-
flavor?
The flavor, different minerals, different nutrients.
All
So just so you can tell people, wow, this wine came with me.
Oh, gotcha.
But it
No, I like
does
the
have
wine.
different, it does have different nutrients in it. So let's move over a little here.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys know how to strip kale, and I want to let you know that this kale came from about my neighbor's yard, which is about super close. So it didn't travel very far. So, and then I'm just gonna break up some of this. You can break that up.
All right.
And this is how we strip the kale. And again, nothing goes to waste. All of this either goes into the compost or the turtle pond.
So you guys have to get turtles. Okay.
And then we're gonna throw in some dinosaur kale. Why not, right? We got it.
Favorite.
All right.
We're
Strip
stripping
it.
the kale,
Strip it.
stripping the
Strip
kale,
it, baby.
having fun, right? And then,
Mm.
this is, we're gonna be making some daikon radish, and I don't always get daikon radishes, right? So this is the top of the daikon. Daikon is so potently good for you in so many ways. So we're gonna this is gonna give it a little bite, like daikon definitely spicy. You wanna taste your greens. Sometimes mustard greens are fiery and hot. And again, the fermentation process also brings out the nutrients and the flavor.
Look how it's changing.
Look how it's changing.
Wow, it's so much smaller.
I know, isn't it?
Where did
Yeah.
it go?
So we're putting in some
In my
daikon.
hands.
Like you got your garden going. You're going, what am I going to do with all these greens? I've given them to all
Oh,
my
it smells really
neighbors.
good.
I can't sell them in the farmer's market. What are you going to do with them? Well, this we can do them. And you're not going to waste
It
any
does,
of
it
the
smells
top,
really
right?
good.
And then I got, and we're having fun, right? We're making like a potpourri, and you guys got to come and try this. This is some watercress. I love
Yum.
watercress. And I like the stems and all, they get all crunchy in there. And I know this has been cleaned and washed.
This is gonna be
really well.
delicious.
This is
I can
gonna
eat
be
it just
so
like this.
I'm
I
really
want it just like this. I know,
Yeah,
me too.
right, having fun. All right, and let's see what else we
A
got
big old
here.
spoonful.
Oh, yeah. We got some turnip greens because I got fresh
Yum.
turnips today at the market. And
Turn
I-
up the beat.
Turnip. So, wow, whoever thought sauerkraut? This is sauerkraut my way, your way now. And you don't even need to do cabbage. You could just do a greens kraut.
Yum.
All right. And the thing is like when you do the greens kraut, it's going to be a little bit stronger flavor than just straight up sauerkraut.
I can smell it. It smells so
It
delicious.
smells so
Oh
delicious.
my gosh. We just have to add some lemon juice and olive oil and I'm on.
We're not going to do that.
I know,
Michelle.
I know.
No, now, don't get carried away.
Okay, so Michelle's gonna work on this for a little while. So she's got about, maybe it's been going about 5 minutes. She's gonna have to go for another at least 5
Do you
minutes.
see any water yet?
And then that.
No, but just a little bit of
Yeah,
scamp down
right here,
there.
right, totally, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, well, it's coming, there it goes, everybody see that? Yay!
That started with the
Sauerkraut's
muscles,
body,
right?
yeah.
So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the moisture to form in the bottom then.
Yeah.
Right, it's mascating right now. This is like we are starting the enzyme, just like your digestive system. It
Okay.
starts in your mouth. Come on over here, Haley. You know, you digest your digestion starts actually with your senses. You know, you see this food, you smell it, it gets your body moving already, right?
Right.
So so now we're gonna do a different, this is called brine fermentation. Okay, and these are some fresh herbs. And I am super into fresh herbs into my ferments. And if you notice this one right here, this has some of the red zinger hibiscus leaves in it. And it gives it that beautiful color, okay? So before we came on, I did this brine. This is a quart of filtered water in a sterile glass jar. And this is going to be enough to make this much ferment. So it's really not that much salt, okay? And I have parsley in here. I have tarragon in here. I have sage in here.
Is that just salt water?
This is just
that
the
what
Himalayan
brine
peak
is?
salt. This
Brine
has
is just salt
3
water.
tablespoons of salt to a quart of water.
Okay.
But we are going to be making this many ferments with this amount of water. Now,
Oh, that looks more than a quart. That's just the way the jar looks.
what's he saying?
That's a quart of water. Okay.
This, no, this is a half gallon. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. It looks bigger. Okay. So 3
Okay,
tablespoons.
sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you for catching me on that. So
three
these
tablespoons
are green tomatoes with one little ripe one, an orange one. These came from right out my front door. Okay.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. I want to make. I always, this one here has green tomatoes and red, but I didn't have enough red ones, and nobody had cherry tomatoes at the market today. So we're gonna do. This is tarragon tomatoes, and it's fantastic. Okay, because this is a culinary class to build your immune system and expand your imagination. Because when we express ourselves, we don't get depressed. So what we're like painting, we're having fun with the ferment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour half the tomatoes in here. And if anybody wants to chime in, Vince, Katie, anybody here in the kitchen, but I'm definitely putting tarragon in here. So this is tarragon and tomatoes is just phenomenal. with this.
Smell that?
So I put in, yeah, smell
Yes,
that.
tarragon's delicious.
This is really good.
It looks
So
like a weed.
We've got the tea bag in there. We've got the tomatoes, we've got the tarragon, and this is important. When you're fermenting things, if you want to do similar textures, like carrots, I love fermenting carrots, but carrots are very high in carbohydrates and so are beets. and they've got a lot, that means they have a lot of sugar content. And you have to be very careful with them because they can have a tendency to maybe mold or a little, and we're going to get into molds at the very end. It's trickier. So I do all my kind of root crops all together, and like tomatoes, peppers, and onions, right? They go great together. So I want this to be super pretty. So I'm going to put in some red onions, and I'm going to put in, Haley, can they see all this?
Mhm.
Am I close enough? Some garlic, and here's some fresh turmeric from my front yard. Okay. And then, so I got that like in the middle, right? There we go. Beautiful. And then I'm going to just throw in the rest of these tomatoes. And then I'm going to throw in a little bit more tarragon. And you can see how this makes a great birthday gift, holiday gift.
Oh yeah.
And it's costing you pennies, especially a little more garlic, another piece of turmeric in there. And here's the really, really important thing. Okay, when you're doing fermentation, there are definitely strategies so you don't get mold, so you don't over ferment, and so you do it right. So you always want to leave a little bit of space at the top. Now this might be too much space, but I have a lot of garlic prepped here, and I absolutely, fermented garlic is awesome, and you can pop like 5 at a time.
Woo.
It's not like eating raw, it's like eating roasted garlic almost. So when you look at that, you can see how pretty that is. We've got a little bit up from the top here, and then we take our brine and we shake it every time because we don't want all that salt at the bottom. And it builds your biceps and your triceps and all that. So
Woo.
shaking is good. Shake the booty. Having fun in the kitchen. Yeah. So we've got ferment. While Michelle's doing that, we've got the first one done here. And you can see, okay, this is going to ferment to this.
Yeah.
Okay. It might not have as many red tomatoes. And these are tarragon tomatoes with garlic, onion, green and red cherry tomatoes. Okay.
How long
So it
does this
doesn't need air. It doesn't need air in the process of fermentation.
No, you don't want any air. That's why you have to make sure it's immersed, okay?
Okay.
You see how it's immersed? And I'm
Okay.
really glad you said that because this is an important thing. And usually I do it at the end, but people are going to probably need to get off here soon and put their kids to bed. So here's a colored green. You can also use a cabbage green. I put this on top, okay? And you can see like here on this one on top, I have this here. So if we do get any creme, which is a white mold, which we have a tiny bit here, not really, you can still eat it. Delicious. Oh my God, you gotta taste this, Kelly.
Oh my God.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Here's the other tip about not wasting. Whenever this ferment, when you make your fermentation, when you have leftover water, you can use it as an inoculant for the next one. And I know a question is going to be, how long does it take? So Vince, you got to keep it immersed in the water, and
Okay.
you put the leaf on top. And when
Right.
you put the lid on it, you just put the lid on. You don't screw it on because
Right.
you want any gases to come out. Okay.
Right.
And because it's warm, this is probably going to take 3 to 5 days max. If you
Okay.
were in Vermont and it was winter and you're putting it in your root cellar, it could take a week to 10 days. But in Hawaii, it goes really quickly. Okay.
So you leave it on your
So-
counter. You leave it on your counter for the 3 to 5 days.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We
Leave
leave
it
it on
in
the
the shade.
we leave it in a tray because what happens is how you know it's done is it'll start expressing itself because
Okay.
it doesn't want to be depressed. It wants you
Right.
to eat it. So it'll start seeping out, a little liquid will start coming out the sides. And then you
Okay.
know it's time to taste it. And if it tastes good, you know it's ready. If it's
That's right.
crunchy, if you leave it on the counter too long, it's not going to be a bad thing, but it'll get mushier the longer you leave it on the counter.
So
Okay.
3 to 5 days in Hawaii, and at sea level. The higher up you go on the mountain, the longer it's going to take.
Depending on the temperature.
Right.
depending on the temperature.
Right.
It's gonna take
Right.
longer.
So
How's
after,
the triceps?
after that 3 to 5 days, you're
Oh,
tightening.
wow,
the-
yeah, let's check in with Michelle. Wow, oh my God, is that there? We got sauerkraut.
Wow, yeah, Michelle's been
Look at
massaging.
that.
All right.
That's amazing, isn't it?
That is so beautiful.
Every kitchen needs a Michelle.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely, other kitchen. So, what we're gonna do, well, I'm gonna have, I don't think it's gonna make a half gallon like I thought, because it was just to those 2 ones.
Yes.
You can,
no.
you can make the, I don't think we'll have time for the red cabbage one,
Okay.
but Michelle is gonna start packing this into, and this is the only reason you need this little gadget here.
Mhm.
Actually, come, let me do it over here, Michelle. You can go wash your hands, because we got.
Are you sure?
Oh,
Donna, a question about your brine.
all right,
Donna.
get over here, Michelle. Michelle wants to do
Michelle,
this.
everybody.
All right, that's good.
I
Hey,
saw
Donna,
Yes.
a question about your brine. So when you make that brine, does that have to sit for any particular amount of time? You just put 3 tablespoons in filtered water and mix it in the jar, but you don't have to let it sit for any particular time?
No, I usually, you really, salt dissolves really quickly. I did it about a half an hour before. If you think
Okay.
about it, do
Okay.
it. And it also, probably if you're using the thick Hawaiian salt like I have, that takes maybe longer to
Okay.
do that. Part of the reason I use the pink salt in demonstration is to remind people so they can see the salt.
Right.
The white salt, thicker salts are gonna take longer to do this.
Should I squeeze this before I put it in the jar?
No,
Okay, good. Okay.
No.
I don't need this.
you're doing good. This is
Okay,
good.
good.
Yeah, you'll need it at the end.
At
So,
the end, yeah.
yeah,
But right
you
now?
you have to have this.
I can't put it in the jar
No,
my other way?
because you'll waste it.
No, I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah,
Uh-uh,
yeah,
'cause I'd
hey,
eat it. I'd eat it.
Well,
I would eat it.
Sit
Nothing
on
nothing
my
would
hair.
nothing would go to waste.
You ladies are having too much fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
there
like,
we
no,
go.
and I'll
There we
pack
go.
it in right now.
Packing it
Give
in.
it me, have my.
There she go. We're gonna pack it
Gotta
in.
feel it and make it.
Yeah.
All right, see that?
And you're gonna wanna pack it really firm, but again, we're gonna wanna leave about a little bit at the top.
It
Little
smells
And then
extra
so
we're
good.
gonna
Yep.
put, then Michelle, you'll take this over there and you'll do a small jar of it. No,
Yeah, I
no, it
can
looks
put
like it's all
You
gonna
know, I
fit.
got those arms.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, there we go. Let's keep it. I think it'll all fit. So 2 small cabbages made a quart, 2 big cabbages usually
There you
make a half a gallon.
Oh my
So look at that.
It's so exciting.
So excited.
It is.
Now, are you using the liquid there as an inoculant for the next one you make, or?
No, this liquid is gonna go and we're gonna submerge it into the kraut so the kraut stays dry. I mean, it
Okay.
doesn't get dry. So
Okay.
all this kraut, we can use this as an inoculant, but it really hasn't fermented that much. But look at that, talk about a green smoothie or
wanna
a green
taste
drink.
it.
So
Beautiful.
now this just gets, this gets poured in.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
It's full of liquid though, be careful. It's gonna
Yeah.
overflow. There it goes.
Okay,
Yo, right.
so hold on, just don't
Got it?
get rid of that yet.
Looks like
So-
broccoli soup.
Yeah, it looks like broccoli soup. Look at that, you guys. This is
Beautiful.
some of the most nutrient dense immune system building kraut you'll ever eat, because
Yeah.
remember, we got G bombs going on in here. We
Smells
got the
amazing.
greens happening, and I just leave this out here, the black tea bag, just to remind you if you want crunchier kraut. Just
Okay.
save that, we can use that maybe later. And then we're going to put,
So we have
Amy,
10 minutes. We have 10 minutes before we get back to music. So,
oh gosh,
if there's any questions anybody has, if they want to put it in the chat, we can get Donna to answer some questions. I mean, you've been doing
did
great
it,
along the way.
yay! Okay.
Awesome.
So while people are asking questions, we're gonna create some more beautiful art here for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Love questions, don't be shy. If I can't answer it, I'll send you to my blogs, because some of this, there is some chemistry and science in the whole, my book really gets into it much deeper, but it's more fun to do this than talk about all that. So this is green pepper right here. And when you're thinking about the holidays and you want to make something beautiful, you add the green peppers with some of the red radishes. And if we really had more time, I know we only have 10 minutes, so I'm kind of doing it on hyper speed, but to give you an idea that this red pepper, you could go all the way down, okay? And it would, I mean, red radishes could go all the way down. And then I always put, when I'm doing peppers, I always like the garlic. Mama Donna, she loves
There
the
you go.
garlic.
He loves
So-
it.
Mama Donna loves the garlic. 2 big bowls, 3 big bowls of garlic, peppers, radishes. And it's gonna be absolutely delicious. And again, we've got our salt brine. 3 tablespoons to 1/2 gallon is gonna make all these ferment. I gotta remember to smile. Okay, so here we go.
Yummy.
Do you leave the jars open to the air continually?
No, you put the jar on, the lid on very lightly. And then on the, you don't screw it on until they're ready to go in the refrigerator. I'm gonna put some parsley on top instead of a leaf. And the parsley adds so much flavor, super high in vitamin C, super antioxidant, antimicrobial. All these herbs are so good for us. Okay, it's like adding the soil amendments into our garden. So this is gonna be onolicious. I'm going on speed because we only have
It's so
2 minutes.
simple.
It's so simple, I'm telling you, we
I
can.
can't even believe it.
Even I could do it.
Yeah, you put to it.
Yeah.
So this
Carrot,
is-
yum.
These are tri-colored carrots,
Mhm.
and so that again is gonna make a beautiful array of ferments. And so you can julienne them or you can slice them, but I like to do them so they fit in the jar like long waves like this, right? And so we want to just make it as pretty as we can. And we know that carrots are super high in vitamin C, super high in fiber. Why wouldn't we want to preserve these beautiful vegetables so that we can be eating them from our garden year round? And in Hawaii, we're getting more and more people who are growing these carrots, and the carrot tops even ferment. So you can ferment the carrot tops just like you can juice fermented tops.
Do they make you smile?
They make you smile. They make you smile. So yeah, so I'm just giving you ideas, artistic ideas. Vince, are there any questions? Does anybody have any?
Well, Patricia was asking about, do you leave the jars open to the air continually? But like you said, you do that up to 3 to 5 days when it starts to express itself and liquid comes out of the side, in the sense that the gases are working. Then you can tighten your lid and put them in the refrigerator, and that'll stop that process, right?
Yes, absolutely. But here's the total cool thing. Fermentation never really stops. Even in the refrigerator, it kind of goes dormant, but it's still,
Okay.
like bears hibernate in the winter, but they're still kind of awake. So
right.
we definitely, I'm putting some red onions on the top here. Yeah, we definitely want to take that into consideration. And a lot of times, like if I'm having company, and you can pull the ferments out like a half an hour early, and they'll start even bubbling a little. They're active, they're alive, like sourdough cultures, right? I owned a sourdough bakery with my husband for 37 years. So I'm putting some.
That's a whole other subject we'd love to get into at some point. Maybe you can come back and just do one on sourdough breads.
Yes, we
awesome.
wrangle my hubby in to help me do that. So
That's
I'm
great.
putting some mint and some basil. But
Wow.
yeah, I will definitely be honored to teach you all how to make sourdough bread. Thing about that is kind of a long class like this, so it's definitely a process. It's a several day process. So I
Right.
would have to do it and show you the phases. Again, I'm shaking the brine. I have the tri-colored carrots. I have the peppermint and the basil and the garlic and the red onion in here. Okay.
So someone just asked about possible to ferment jalapenos and other spicy peppers.
Yeah, no peppers. We did the green peppers, and actually Kahele was going to bring us some jalapeno peppers from her garden, but that didn't happen. So
I don't have jalapeno.
no, not jalapeno. Oh, the hot Hawaiian chili peppers.
Oh,
Right.
Isn't that so pretty?
That's
So,
pretty.
yeah.
And does that one have a tea bag in it too? Does that one have a tea bag in it also?
Yes, it does. They all have
Okay.
tea bags in it.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people love pickles, so you just tell me when we're running out of time here, but I feel like
We got 4 more
everybody.
minutes. We got 4 more
4
minutes.
All right, we'll just do these pickles here, and if there's no questions, then we're doing good. So pickles, now the pickles I make, these are so good, and with the tea bags in there, they're crunchy, and we're gonna just totally gotta add. And then I have fresh ginger that I was gonna add with this broccoli here, but you can just use your imagination, folks, now because of time. We're gonna put in some red onions and some white onions, and oh my God, the onions when they ferment are so good. Again, super antimicrobial.
I need a little ginger.
I need a little ginger.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And red cabbage and Thai basil and ginger.
All right. Ooh, you're gonna want to cut these fine. Actually, no, you don't even have to. You want some Thai basil?
I have Thai basil in
Okay,
here.
cool.
Yeah.
Michelle's going crazy on the red crowd.
All right.
Awesome, honey. Awesome. She's being creative. She's painting a picture on the bowl.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pickles, and you can do whole pickles if you get the little Guernsey pickles, you know. You can do that with the pickles as well. And I'm so glad you all came here. And Kelly, maybe you could just show everybody the books that I write. I think you guys would all be interested in, everybody who's in the Farmers Union. I write about social and environmental justice, food sovereignty, just basically
Beautiful. Look at that.
what
Great
we're
work. Great
talking about here. And the book all the way to the end, the kids, is a coloring cookbook recipe that I did in 1992, teaching
Wow.
children about the importance of what they eat and how it affects the
I love
Pachamama.
it. I love
In
it. You know,
1992, talking about it for a long time.
where can we
So
get those
I
books?
love seeing you all into it.
Where can they get the
Donna,
books?
Donna, where can folks get the books?
Well, you know what? You can email me, or you can go on Amazon, all on bookshop.org,
Okay.
Barnes and Nobles. Just put in wherever you shop for books.
Well, you know what we'll do? What we'll do is we'll get all the names of the books, and Katie will put it up on the website next to this video, in a sense, to where we can let people know. Look how beautiful. And you know what, Donna? As Kelly plays, hey Kelly, as Kelly takes us out with music, you can still keep doing what you're doing, because we'll have you on split screen here, and that'll be beautiful. You know, one thing I want to close with too, Donna. I really appreciate, first of all, your passion and your love of nutrient-rich food and how to be able to present it to people. I was just recently engaged on a report I heard about COVID. It said that people, the numbers are going up because people are letting their guard down. And I just started going crazy. I'm like, you know, we started letting our guard down back when TV dinners came in vogue. And and so, you know, it's a situation where this is just exudes health and well-being. So bless your heart. I take my hair off to you, dear. You know, you really did a great job tonight. And Michelle, you got the most amazing sidekick there. Michelle, way to go. Thank you so much. You ladies really rocked it tonight. I was so happy just being an audience member to all the beautiful and vibrant foods that you've put together for us tonight. So please, Kelly, take us out with some music, and Donna, keep doing what you're doing, and we'll be viewing you. Katie, if you could just put Kelly and Donna on the screen there, that would be great, and people can continue to see what she's doing.
Yeah, and just one last thing, Vince, thank you for all that. And I just want to thank you guys again. This was really awesome.
Our pleasure.
And if people want more of this, I'm going to direct them to the Facebook group, because I have bone broth classes, sourdough classes, all that. And if people get the Conscious Cures book in the month of October, I'm doing a book club with incredible doctors. The whole thing's about building your immune system.
Beautiful.
My whole book is about that. And so people will be able to ask questions to health practitioners, change makers, and thought leaders all around building the immune system. That starts October 7th. So hopefully you all will join us.
Yes, and where can folks join? Will that be a link that you can give to Katie that she can send out in the newsletter to folks?
Yeah, I will absolutely do that, because if people want more of this, they'll get plenty, and they'll get lots of different input from some.
Oh, I want more. I know I want more. So I know a lot of our members will be happy to get it too. And I'm just so sorry we didn't have all these fermentations for our strategic planning when we were just in Kohala. I'm gonna have to slap Dash's head, you know?
Yeah.
Slap a dash. Yeah, slap a dash.
Yeah. Well, I help those guys get fermentation going, and they do a great job.
Yeah, they're great people. Love
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so I want to encourage everybody to plug into Donna's Facebook group. And what is the name of the Facebook group?
It's called Holistic Health Nature Therapy.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
Living like the future matters.
I love
Holistic Health Nature Therapy. That's
You know-
from the soul to the soul, baby.
There you go, baby. You know, Donna, I've always said there's a reason why organic and orgasmic are so close together. So,
Oh yeah.
way to grow, Donna. Thank you very much, Michelle. Thank you, dear. I love you, ladies. You did a great job tonight.
You guys too.
Thank you.
All right,
I love-
aloha.
Aloha. Thank you.
Kelly, take us out, please.
Oh my gosh.
Where's
It's
Kelly?
good.
There she is.
Oh my gosh, it's really good.
It is amazing.
And Ollie's here with us tonight. All right, hi, Ollie.
And the Thai basil.
Here's Ollie boy. Hi, Ollie.
Yeah.
Kelly's going to play to you, Ollie.
Sure am.
All right.
Yeah. Did you guys hear? I don't know if you heard me. I just got a text that my sister is in labor right now. So
Oh my
I'm
God, that's great.
really excited.
Oh wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
How nice.
And it's like
Wow.
she's
All
in
the
New
best to your
York, so it's
sister. All the
1 in
best.
the morning over there. But
Oh wow.
aww, it's like making me want rethink my playlist. But okay, here's one. This is called "I Love You Like." Oh, Donna. Turn it off. No, Kevin. Kevin's calling you.
Go, baby. LA. Love it. I'm so lucky.
I love you like a river loves a rock. I love you like a surfer loves the drop. I love you like my eyes love the sea, and how the tide loves the beach, and how the sand loves sticking to me. I love you like time loves ticking talk. I love you like a rhyme loves a hip and hop. Ooh, I love you like my arms love to sing, while you hand is strumming strong and you singing along. I hope that soon you'll find I love you all the time, just like my hands love clapping, just like my feet love a tapping. I think that soon you'll find I love you all the time. I love you like my love never likes to give up. Love you like rice loves the beans. I love you like ice loves the cream. I love you like chips love the dip, and how my hips love to throw a fit when they don't fit in them jeans. I think that soon you'll find I love you all the time, just like my hands love clapping, just like my feet love tapping. I think that soon you'll find I love you all the time. Love you like my love never likes to give up. Love you like one loves a two. Love you like a hun loves a boo. I love you like my arms love to squeeze, and how your charm loves to please, and how the birds are like the bass. Oh. I think that soon you'll find I love you all the time, just like my hands love clapping, just like my feet love a tapping. I think that soon you'll find I love you all the time, like the wind loves the grass, like my hand loves your ass. Soon as you do find I love you all the time, I hope your wings start flapping, I hope your tail starts wagging. I think that soon you'll find I love you all the time. I love you like my love never likes to give up.
Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Love you like.
That's sweet, especially with playing it, knowing that your sister's in labor right now.
Little
It's very
baby
cool.
coming.
Baby's coming. Auntie Kelly. All right.
Auntie Kelly.
And look at what Donna just made while you were playing. She's dancing, and
Look
they
at
got the
what
red
Donna
cabbage going on. I saw some kale
does.
going in there, and boy, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. That black tea bag trick is a really good one, Donna. I
know.
love it.
Who'd have thought?
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
And,
Kelly, you got a couple more for us?
I sure do.
All right, well, go girl.
All right.
And Donna, keep that area open so we can see what you're doing. Okay, we can't. The jar's blocking a little bit.
What? Oh, I can fix that. I had to turn the volume down over there because there was like an echo coming out of
Right.
my phone.
Oh, okay.
Move the jaws. Move the jars a little out of the way.
So we can see what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think the jar pile got bigger.
Yes.
Right.
This way we can see what she's doing. That's great.
Yeah. Awesome. That looks a little better. Maybe the one with the yellow lid. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Keep dancing. Tell her to keep dancing.
This one's a little more serious. About the times. When is it not about the times, really?
There you go.
All right. Okay. Last time we talked, you said you were ready to make the change. You said your body was ready, your head feeling heavy with pain. Talking about more vegetables and staying away from chemicals, wondering where the particles will end up in the landfills. Haven't left your mother's yet, but you're touring the globe on the internet. Your curiosity contained like a lion in a basket, and you keep on telling yourself it's gonna be so damn hard. But I think that we can do this. I don't think it is what we think it is, what we think it is. I think that we can do this. I don't think it is what we think it is, what we think it is. No, no, yeah, no. Last time we talked, you said you were ready to make that change. You said your body was ready and your heart feeling heavy with pain. Talking about all the articles wondering where the particles will end up in the landfills. Haven't cut those ties yet, but you got to gamble, got a place you'll bet your curiosity contained like a lion in a basket. And you keep on telling yourself it's gonna be so damn hard. But I think that we can do this. It isn't what we think it is. Yeah, I think that we can do this. I don't think it is what we think it is, what we think it is. Yeah, I think that we can do this. I don't think it is what we think it is, what we think it is. No, no, yeah. Oh, so stop watching them TV shows. Stop not doing new things. Stop the game, you're chasing the dough. Stop not believing in your dreams. Stop stopping, the dawn is rising. Start moving, the tent is clearing. Start breathing, the air is waiting. Start singing, the song is playing. Yeah,
Woohoo!
and we can do this. I don't think it is what we think it is, what we think it is. I think that we can do this. I don't think it is what we think it is, what we think it is. No. Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
Beautiful, Kelly. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Just, what a perfect team you all, three of yous were tonight. I
Yeah.
want to thank you, ladies. One day I'd love to come visit and share some of that joy in your kitchen over there. And I know my wife Irene, she's been a great fermenter over these years, and she really enjoyed it too tonight being on. And uh, this is a real gift. Mama Donna brought tonight with Michelle and Kelly. Thank you so much, ladies. This will be archived on our website. And Donna, could you please tell us again the name of your Facebook page, your Facebook group?
It's holistic health, nature therapy, how to live like the future matters.
Okay, could you repeat that, Kelly? Holistic health.
Holistic health.
Nature therapy, how to live like the future matters.
How to live like the future matters. All right, I love it.
Yeah, and if
there's a celery and daikon radish and red onion that we're doing a finale with right here.
All right, that's great. I see you used up pretty much all the brine, so that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, beautiful.
if anybody
Well, let's see what we could do. Possibly we could do something for the convention, Donna. Something similar to this for our annual convention. I'll talk to you about it, okay? And I think there's a lot of people out there who just love to come home into your kitchen.
There with me.
There you go.
Michelle, I got triage.
What about Michelle?
We're family.
Can I just plug myself a little bit in case people want to find more of my music?
Yes, please. Go ahead, Kelly.
I think I'll just put my website into the chat. Kelly Hyde. And okay, so Donna's been calling me Kahele. That used to be my stage name, but I rebranded to my real name.
Okay.
So I used to be Kahele, and now I am Kelly Hyde. So kellyhydemusic.com, Kelly Hyde on Spotify and all that. Yeah, Kelly Hyde, Hyde like Jekyll and Hyde.
Okay. And my Hawaiian name. You know what my Hawaiian name is? Nohea.
No hair.
Oh, hey. So, hey, Kelly, again, thank you very much, dear. And Donna and Michelle, bless your hearts. Thank you again. You brought abundance not only into your kitchen there, but into our lives tonight. So thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
you be well. And we'll see you around the fermentations.
All right.
Aloha, everybody. Remember, hfuu.org. If you're not a member, please become one and keep us in the game. And our convention, you'll be hearing more about it in the coming weeks. So, um, Katie, thank you for everything you do for HFUU. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm working on it to have a tarot night, have some tarot experts.
Woo!
Yeah. So stay tuned for that, folks. All right. You be well, everybody. Aloha.